We're talking then about what happened in America over the weekend. President Biden has promised that there will be an independent investigation into the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. He says it will move quickly, but there are lots of questions this morning about how the gunman, Thomas Crooks, was able to access that rally despite a heavy security presence. And we're joined now on BBC Breakfast by the former Secret Service agent, Robert McDonald. Good morning to you. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us. When you saw those pictures of the rally over the weekend, the shots being fired at Donald Trump, what was your first response as somebody who'd been in the Secret Service?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. I think my first thought was that I spent 21 years in the Secret Service, and I never had to respond to a chaotic or horrific situation like that involved a high-powered weapon. I immediately looked to the reaction of the shift that's around the president to see how they reacted, and then start to think about the various other aspects of what went on here. The difficulty in securing an outdoor venue like that. You know, we are in a very contentious election in the United States, and we're in the home stretch heading towards our November elections, and the vitriol among the politicians is at an all-time level right now. So there's a lot going on, a lot of questions that the Secret Service are going to have to answer. How this happened, why did it happen, what could have been done to prevent it, and how we move forward and continue to provide a very solid and robust protective plan for our protectees moving forward.
Our correspondents who were there at the rally said there was sort of airport-style security for people going in on the ground, so they had to have all their bags checked, their bodies checked. So to what extent does it surprise you that somebody was able, with a rifle, to climb onto a neighbouring building and aim directly at the stage?
It's very troubling. Having been a supervisor on a protective detail for 3.5 years, knowing the advanced process that we go through in and out, and knowing the layers of supervision that should be in place to review the security plans that are developed by our line agents prior to the visit, and then working to correct any areas that are deficient. I find it incredibly troubling that this person was able to get onto that roof. He was able to be seen and filmed. I just watched a video this morning of him crawling up the downside of that roof to get into position. Your reports have been from your reporter on the scene, talking to some witnesses, that they tried to pass that information on to law enforcement. I'm a little concerned that information, for whatever reason, didn't get to the detail agents that are on the dais with the president, so that he could have been removed before the shooter actually got into his finishing position to take that shot. So again, these are all the questions that are going to come out. The director of the Secret Service is going to brief Congress, I believe, today or tomorrow, and then be up on the Hill for some hearings next week. So there's going to be some serious questioning, and I hope there's some very transparent and honest responses to what happened here.
Yeah, because we heard from some eyewitnesses who told the BBC that they spotted a shooter on a roof with a rifle pointing at the stage seconds, maybe minutes before it actually happened. But they said that there was no immediate response obvious from the authorities there.
Yeah, very troubling. You know, information is only as good as who it can be passed on to and who can utilize that information. So that information, when given to law enforcement through the security plan process there, through the communications and command post process, that information should have been passed as soon as it was received to the agents in the immediate area around the former president, and they could have made the decision to take him off the dais and hopefully have brought him to some safety before any shots rang out. That's probably the main question here, as to what happened here to the communication process that would lead to some better decision making by the agents on the ground.
Robert McDonald, thank you very much indeed for joining us here on the BBC this morning. Appreciate your time.